Hello and welcome to my Elise guide for patch 16.6.1. So Elise has a passive hero power that lets you get a map from Bob Tavern every time you tavern up. So this card costs 2 gold and lets you discover a minion from that tavern tier. It's recently been buffed. It used to cost 3 gold, now it costs 2, and that reduced price allows players to level up quickly without losing tempo. So as of this patch, Elise is S tier, one of the stronger heroes in the game, due to her ability to consistently create powerful boards and acquire directional units reliably. One of the benefits of this hero is you're not relying on a token in the early game. Usually you need a token to sell that token and get 2 units. Now you can just always get 3 units due to the map costing 2. This also makes her very consistent in the early game as you're guaranteed to get minions of the similar power level as your Tavern tier, and you also get 3 minions on the board every single time. You can also now Tavern up quickly without getting heavily punished due to you getting high Tavern units to defend your board. Every time you level, you're going to get a decently powerful unit to protect yourself. She also has the ability to hold on to triples even when the shop is filled with subpar units because you can use the map as a placeholder to fill your board while you're trying to level for the triple that you need. You can also have a clean leveling curve due to the map costing 2 gold that allows you to level up and pressure quicker than other heroes. Some of the negatives of this hero is the discover effect that you get only gives you 3 hero units, so there's a good possibility of not hitting exactly the unit that you want. You're also forced to level to utilize the hero. You can't really stay on lower tavern tiers for long as you're not going to be utilizing your ability, and if you get bad rolls from your hero power maps, you're going to quickly lose health. Your ability does not give you any stats as well, so you have to make sure that the heroes and units that you're getting gives you an advantage on the board. And you're also reliant on hitting directional units early and finding synergies if you want to win lobbies. Some of the synergistic archetypes of Elise is dragons. It seems almost everyone's using dragons at the moment in this patch, but she is also one of those heroes. So directional pieces such as Caligos, Little Rag, Nomi are really good for her. Beasts also work well for her if you can get a Mama Bear early. The issue is that it requires more pieces than some of the other skilling compositions, but when you do get all of them, they work really well. As well as you can also use Brand and Lightfang. The issue with those compositions is that they require other synergistic and premium units if you want to do well with those compositions. So, how does she perform when these minion types are removed? She gets, if elementals are removed, she gets a little bit weaker since you can't get Little Rag and Nomi as a direction. If dragons are not in the pool, she's also weaker as you can't hit Caligos, which is one of the best comps for her to scale with. And as well as if beasts are not in the pool, you get weaker since you can't use macaw compositions as well. Now, playing this hero turn 1, you kind of play this turn out like normal. You try to buy the best unit. Tokens are still really powerful. They're just not as required with her as with other heroes. Turn 2 as well, you level up like normal. Turn 3, here's where you usually use your first map and you'll buy a unit from the boards. Turn 4, this is where you can having a decision. If you got a token in the early game, this is a clean turn to level up and use the map. So you sell the token unit and then you level up and use the map for 2 gold. If you did not get a token here, you usually just buy 2 minions and move on like normal. Turn 5, if you're already on Tavern 3 and you leveled up last turn, this is where you just buy 2 minions and you have the extra row for flexibility to try to get the best board you can. If you're still on Tavern 4, here's where you usually level up and then you use your map. You can also hold on to the map and buy something in the shop, but that's kind of a judgment call to see what you think is best for you. Turn 6, usually you level up to Tavern 4 here. This is usually the turn where you might see people make mistakes or people not level up here since it's not a usual thing to do. But her curve really works well to level up here. The benefits of having a token is also relevant here because if you leveled up 2 turns ago, you're able to level up and buy a unit without selling something. If you had to level up last turn, you usually have to sell a unit on your board to get the 4 drop from the map. Turn 7, this is usually where you have to start thinking and making decisions. Here you can decide to go straight to level 5 if you're healthy, or you can stay on 4 and maybe make a mech composition or try to get stronger on the board. There are a lot of units on Tavern Tier 5 that you would pick, but don't actually make your board stronger. Brand, Lightfang, those type of units. So you have to make sure that you're actually prepared to level up to Tavern 5, and you can take a weak board state, because if you greed and take too much damage, you can lose all your tempo and even cost you the game. Turn 8. Here, if you decide to level up to turn 5 and you're still relatively healthy, it's actually not a bad play to level up straight to Tavern 6. Sometimes there's a lot of powerful units on Tavern 6, and you can also find good direction. So even if you take some damage, you can usually recover and be in a better position than if you didn't level. Normally, though, however, you're usually going to have to find out what's best for your composition and how to make it as strong as possible. That usually means that you're not going to level, you're just going to roll to find the pieces to protect your health or to find synergies for your units. Turn 8, usually you want to focus on finding the key pieces that your composition needs. Don't forget that even if you're on Tavern 5, you can still level up to Tavern 6 and get a guaranteed tier 6 mini later on in the game. There's a lot of good ones, Nadina, Amalgadon, things like that, to supplement your board state. If you're deciding to stay on Tavern 4 for the mech composition, even though you want to level up to 5, be reminded that leveling up to Tavern 5 will reduce the percentage of finding those mech pieces that you need, like Amalgadon, a Neurotron, and things like that, so be aware. Some Elise specific strategies. It's extremely easy to get high Tavern tier triples if you freeze the triple units and use your map while you level. So you don't actually need to worry too much. If you get a triple, you can just start leveling and using your map to supplement your board. If you need a premium Tavern tier 6 minion to complete the composition, I think it's better to level up early, because even if you don't hit the minion that you want, you're still going to get a good Tavern 6 minion to defend your board, and you can still roll into the tier 6 minion that you need organically. And you can also utilize the maps to get triples if you get pairs in the shop. So for example, if you're turn 3 and you get 2 spawns, instead of just using your map there, you can sell the token and get 2 spawns, and then maybe hold on to the map until you're Tavern 4 or 5 and use it to see if you can triple the spawn immediately. So there's some strategy there to where if you want to use your map for a later stage of the game, if you're looking for triples and things like that. So final thoughts, Elise is a relatively powerful or consistent hero that was given a upgrade to compete with the growing power level of the new heroes. So her map ability allows for interesting leveling situations, and she's still consistent in power. So it's a reassuring hero that usually doesn't let you down. Thank you for watching. Hope you guys have a great day. Take care of all the people that are depending on you, and have a nice life. Until the next video.